Puducherry has a very particular and unique culture and history. There are many different cultures, languages, and traditions in this country. In fact, all these different cultures, languages, and traditions are what make our country so strong and so unique. Most countries have one language, one tradition, one religion. India has many languages, many histories, many traditions. And when you ask a foreigner, what is India's strength? They will tell you your many languages, your many traditions, your many histories, and most important, the fact that all these different languages, traditions, ideas, they live peacefully, harmoniously, and affectionately. And to us in the Congress, it does not matter how many people speak a language. It does not matter how many people share a tradition. It does not matter how many people.
When Rahul Gandhi talks of many histories, he's obviously talking like an intellectual slave of the West. In the present context, especially his utterances at Puducherry, he talks of many histories. His speechwriter perhaps must be obsessed by the theory propounded by the leftist historian Romila Thapar. More particularly, her book, The Past Before Us, Historical Traditions of Early India, published by, I think, Cambridge and printed by Harvard University, not very long ago. Well, for Rahul's knowledge, let me tell him, India, or the vast Indian subcontinent, just like other parts of the world, has one history. One might study, conduct, or join a research on a specific period or periods in history, but that would not allow us to say India has many histories. Rahul also said most countries have one language, one tradition, and that India has many languages, many histories, many traditions. Rahul Gandhi forgets that China too has over 100 languages, France 3 dozen languages, and even a country like England with a small area compared to India has over 2 dozen languages. India's census till recently recognized 3,000 languages. Even now there are 300 recognized languages in India. It is common sense that countries that have thousands of years of history have evolved their own cultures and way of life. Now, coming to linguistic minorities in India, there are still at least 20 languages that are spoken by less than 10 people.
So Puducherry might be small, but it is as important as the biggest state in the country. And there is a reason why we think like this. Because we sincerely believe that all the different traditions in India are what make this country so wonderful. So my first message to you today is that it does not matter what happens, but we will defend your tradition, your culture, your language, and your unique history. And we will defend it, of course, because we love the people of Puducherry. But we will also defend it because we love the people of India. So, if you say that Puducherry is India, then you also have to say that India is Puducherry. It cannot be anything but a relationship of respect. Because we are part of a nation. We are pieces of the same nation. Puducherry does not belong to someone outside Puducherry. It is not the personal property of anybody. And anybody who thinks that Puducherry is their personal property is going to be in for a surprise. They might think that Puducherry is small. They might think that there are not many people in this lovely city, but then they do not understand the spirit of the people of India. For the last 5 years, Puducherry has had an elected government. It was elected by citizens of Puducherry. It was a government chosen by the people of Puducherry. And it was a government that the people of Puducherry chose because they wanted a particular future. And for the last 5 years, the Prime Minister of this country has not allowed the government of Puducherry to work. The Prime Minister has personally insulted the vote of the people of Puducherry. Through the office of the LG, he has repeatedly sent you a message saying to you that your vote does not matter. He has repeatedly told you that the only thing that matters is that he is the Prime Minister of India. He has taken your dreams, your aspirations, and worked against them. Done so by destroying the institution of the Lieutenant Governor, just like he destroys all other institutions of this country. Today, an Indian person cannot get justice from the judicial system. Journalists who write articles are fearful for their lives. In the Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha, bills are passed without any discussion. Elected leaders like myself are not allowed to speak in the Lok Sabha.
Rahul Gandhi, the de facto one-man Congress High Command, what was at his diabolic best, or should I say at his diabolic worst, when he not only mounted a direct attack on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but also trampled on the letter and spirit of the Constitution of India that provides for the creation and the institutionalized mechanism for the administration of union territories, the constitutional office of Lieutenant Governor, and the judicial system. Nothing could be a bigger lie than saying leaders like him are not allowed to speak in Parliament and that bills are getting passed without discussion. Everyone is witness to the mockery Rahul had made of the discussion on budget only the other day, when he chose to speak just on the farmers' agitation and not a word on the intricacies of the union budget. Rahul has gone too far when he blatantly chose to spread falsehood by saying the Indian people are being denied justice by the judicial system and journalists are fearful for their lives under Modi. He even said PM Modi thinks he is king of India. That speaks of utter frustration on his part.
Because one man thinks he's not the Prime Minister, but he is the king of the country. A Prime Minister of India would respect the will of the people of Pondicherry. He would give Puducherry the resources that are rightfully theirs. But none of this has been done by the Prime Minister. So when you go to vote, remember that the last time you went to vote, the Prime Minister of India challenged your vote. He disrespected your tradition. He disrespected your history. And he disrespected your past. And if anybody disrespects your past, they are going to disrespect your future. We are committed to ensuring that your vote translates into a positive future.
Rahul tried to divide the country and strike at the very foundation of the federal structure of the country by giving the impression that the Prime Minister considers Puducherry as his personal property. He crossed the limit by saying Puducherry does not belong to someone outside Puducherry. On one occasion, he also questioned the appointment of an outsider as Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry. Taking off from his argument One would like to ask Rahul Gandhi, what about his own mother, Italian-born Indian politician Sonia Gandhi? Does she qualify to decide the fate of the people of India going by Rahul's own warped, misplaced and twisted logic?